Hey everybody, and welcome to AJS News. This is the first of 2 videos that we have this week.
But first, a word from our sponsors. And another copyright claim. Copyright owner claims some or more of the content in your video. TankSim claimed. Sonic the Hedgehog Braids Records claimed. Was 7 new ones. 7 new ones in the past fucking 3 weeks. That I'm tired of the fucking shit over and over every fucking time. And I take it out and I change it and it doesn't fucking matter. The claim comes back. That doesn't make any fucking sense. All right, look at this for 5 seconds, literally 5 seconds of content. That is take me to court. I am issuing a fucking counter notification. Fuck you, Paramount Pictures. I'm done with this shit. I'm fucking done. I'm tired of this. No.
Alright, it's going to be $2 to sniff, $3 to touch, $5 for OJ BJ, $7 for an OJ HJ, and $25 for OJ AJ.
Ooh, what's the OJ AJ?
Well, first, you're going to grab some mayonnaise.
Hey, Joe.
What are you guys doing here?
What are you doing here? I have told you 3 times now that it has not come to this, Joe. You do not need to be whoring out your body. We have YouTube join button. We have Patreon supporters. This is not necessary.
I'm just trying to help, alright? I already made $250. I messed up once. I didn't get the money first.
Joe, you gotta always get the money up front, all right? Look, all right. Just be back by sundown. I worry about you.
I'll be fine.
What's this I hear about the OJ AJ? I keep getting emails about this OJ AJ. What is that?
I'll tell you later.
Sounds.
I got business to take care of.
He's doing it for fun.
Hey, you're gonna blur my face out, right?
Yeah, totally. Just drive.
What the fuck was that?
I did it for the team. You're welcome.
Took one for
I
the
had
team.
no idea, Joe.
You're welcome.
That is not necessary, my man.
Are you sure about that?
We have Patreon. We have YouTube joy buttons. Maybe. Hey, Joe, if it brings in the money, then hey.
$20 is $20, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you love what you do, it's not work, right?
You know I get a cut of that, right?
What? Why?
I get a cut of that.
This is a nice shirt.
All right. What a wonderful Patreon ad.
Don't judge
hope
me.
you guys
Don't judge me.
enjoy our content. If you do and you want to go above and beyond the Call of Duty, click those links down below, either YouTube Join or Patreon. It helps us form a backbone to the show so that we not need to worry about all the bullshit on YouTube.
Or
And
you won't see me
Twitch
out in the streets.
And you won't see Joe out on the street. So if you don't want that to happen anymore, join us. Let's get to the news.
All right. The first one we got is EA and Steam are together again. Like they're the evil alliance, and we wanted Steam to do something, and so they did the thing where they're like going back to EA, which is not what I wanted them to do.
Yeah.
But EA games are coming back to Steam.
I just realized that people will probably be like, "No, I want Joe to continue to do that, so I will
Those
not."
shorts.
Okay, well we'll
Oh,
add
God damn it, wait,
we'll
no,
add a
that's not-
Patreon level where we'll send Joe in that outfit to your house.
With
So we're
a
gonna add
nice
that
bottle of OJ.
Bathwater.
with bathwater.
No.
We're gonna add a level. Anyway, sorry.
All right, so EA is bringing some of their games back. Right now, they have...
Yeah, surprising because they have Origin, but I'm happy for it. I'd rather have my games in one central place than having to open up 15 different clients. Though, however, now we are the Origin premium, whatever. You stopped?
Yeah, because there's nothing.
Yeah, because I mean, you're right. Number one, damn, Joe, why'd you remind me? Because you're right, there ain't nothing right now.
Yeah, because
it was worth it when there was a bunch of things coming Now-
it's like, all right, cool. Now, it's
Now-
not
That's
really-
how they get you.
I know.
That's how they
I
get
know.
you.
That's why I
So we got to
canceled mine.
constantly stay on top of the release
Yes.
schedule.
So right now we've got Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Age 2, Need for Speed Heat, and Rivals, the Unravel games. No. Eventually, The Sims, Battlefield, Star Wars Battlefront, Apex Legends will be coming to Steam, but they're not there yet. So we're seeing that some of these exclusive our games are only on our storefront things not exactly working for everybody,
Yeah.
and they're branching out a little bit. So like Ubisoft does something similar where they've got their own store, but then they also will give stuff to Epic as well if you don't want to deal with their store. So we're seeing now, this is early and this is completely speculation,
Okay.
but I think that we're getting
What's
to the
happening?
point where there's so many individual storefronts that game companies are seeing loss of numbers going like, look, I'm not used to buying things on Origins. Last thing I bought on Origins was the Command & Conquer Complete Edition, where I got every Command & Conquer game. But that was months and months and months ago.
Right.
And I hadn't even opened up. And the only reason I know about Origins is every time I start up my PC, that goddamn piece of spyware is just like, would you like to update Origins? Like, no, I hate you. And I just haven't uninstalled it yet. So I think as we get more storefronts, I think people will realize that they're not reaching the audience that they want to, especially if it's not like a really, really big release. And for their secondary games that they do want to sell, they're going to have to probably put those on Steam. So
Yeah, because I haven't like you. I haven't opened up Origin or the Bethesda launcher.
you played Fallout with me.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see if other ones are gonna follow suit. But for now, EA is releasing their other games into the wild, into Steam, and I wanted more from Steam, especially as Epic continues to like improve. And it's like, all right, Steam,
Yeah.
when are you
Do
gonna do something? And this is in the direction that I wanted, but we'll just have to see what they do.
Does this apply to new releases?
Yes, some of the new games are gonna be coming there. So the big hitters for EA will be coming soon, and then as new games release for EA, because we don't really have anything we're waiting on. So
No.
all right. So the next thing we want to talk about is kind of a funny story. Shareholders versus Bobby Kotick. Now, if you don't know, Bobby Kotick is the CEO of Activision. He took the company from, a large game company, to about $10 million to one of the largest game companies in the world in the $50 billion range. So it was very successful. But shareholders and two proxy advisory service firms, so they work for the shareholders, have advised that his pay keeps going up.
Yeah.
Activision laid off 800 people last year.
Yeah.
And his compensation was tied to performance and tied
Why
to other
is
things.
it still going up?
And so
Why is he still being paid buku money?
this huge amount of money, right? And so the other issue is they're having issues with the way that it's planned out. Normally it's like, hey, if you hit these sales numbers, you get this bonus. You hit this sales number, we'll get this bonus. A lot of those are gone. We don't have any figures or key performance indicators, if you want to use those real fun, key performance indicators.
Use
Gone.
their words against them.
So he doesn't have to meet any of those things. There's like, look, he's getting a huge amount of stock options every year. He has the ability to get other compensation from other sectors that we have, either from other companies, and it's enough is enough. Now they're advising that the shareholders vote against his current his pay, saying like we need to establish benchmarks, because if he doesn't hit those things, we don't want to pay him.
Establish dominance.
Because there's no cap. He's just going to keep going. It's like, oh, sure, why not?
Yeah, exactly. And
It's
so
like,
one of the things that's important for people to realize is they see the number, they're like, oh, he gets $30 million a year, which, in CEO pay in the United States isn't even that much. And in sports, sports ball, it's not even all that much. But you have to realize that with the stock options and all the other money coming in from other sources, it's an insane amount of money.
Yeah.
Incredibly high. It's 1/3 of 1% of his wage is still higher than almost everyone who works at Blizzard or Activision. And so it's just it's an absurd amount of money. And that's just the $30 million salary. That's not all the other things. So it was kind of an interesting thing, because we don't normally hear about shareholders for a company that's doing pretty well.
You're making way too much money, CEO. Yeah, that's
prove
so
to
rare
me,
to hear.
Yeah, prove to me that you're worth that much money. Show me what benchmarks you're going to hit. Yeah. So it was a really interesting thing, and people, of course, are coming out of the woodwork, with like, oh, well, I got laid off, and he's not actually the one doing all these things. And so,
well, I
interesting
guess
story.
one less Roomba vacuum bot for his third yacht.
Yes.
Okay, so he'll only have 3 automated
he
vacuum
fires a couple
cleaners
more people.
instead of 4 automated vacuum cleaners on his 7th yacht. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, the guy has done
He
very
doesn't
well.
give a fuck.
Oh, no.
And then when it comes down to it, he has so much power. And then so in the official response from Activision, they actually sent a letter to or an email to GameStop, gently reminding you. It's just like Bobby Kotick has taken Activision since the 90s from a $10 million company to a $53 billion company. It's pretty much going, he deserves every single goddamn
yeah,
penny.
you mean he oversaw some of the most successful video game developers and companies and people working their ass off making badass games under his rule?
Yeah, for one-third.
But he gets all the credit
Yeah.
for it. Cool,
Leadership.
got it. I didn't realize that Bobby Kotick actually made Dragon Age 1, and he made
He was looking over people's shoulders, Joe.
Yeah, and
Okay?
he was giving them
Oh, wait,
one-third
no,
of 1%.
no, that's EA. Hold on. Activision Blizzard. So I didn't realize that he made World of Warcraft. My fault.
Yeah. Well, no, he bought the company that made World of Warcraft,
Yeah, I know.
and then gave the developers 1/3 of 1% of what he gets paid a
Exactly.
year.
That's what I
Yeah.
meant.
So interesting thing, like corporate America is incredibly frustrating and silly, especially when you're dealing with shareholders, people at the top versus the developers who work their asses off in crunch time all the time, and they don't see anywhere
I
near
just
that
think
much money.
it's gross. I like the way some Japanese companies do it. Some of those CEOs, they'll actually take pay cuts
Yeah.
if their employees are laid off en masse. They want to show solidarity, or they take personal responsibility. They publicly apologize, and they take some pay cuts.
Yeah,
and then
that's
when the
great.
company's great, then their pay goes up. Hey,
Yeah.
that's the way it should work. But no, for some reason, Bobby's pay is going like this. And now even the greed-ons are like, maybe this might be too greedy.
Yeah. Well, they're like, wait, we are giving him the money. We want
the
that
money.
So they're continuing the greed fest. They're just like,
Right.
no, he's getting paid too much now. Especially when you lay off 800 people, like there's no reason for it.
Yeah,
And then
it's
hire
really
some of
not gonna
those
help out
back
the morale
at a
either.
lower pay.
Yeah, at a different
That's
department at a
real
lower pay
disgusting.
because you don't have the experience in this department. Your experience is that department. We don't care about any of that stuff.
But Bobby's got the experience.
Yeah, Bobby got the experience and that money. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is Epic Game Store. New win for them. They get Total War Troy. It's going to be
Yeah,
an
this
Epic-
is interesting.
This is a really interesting story, and I
Very,
don't
very
know if it's going to work
crazy
for them.
strategy.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Epic
I
Games.
love
It's a
Total
bold
War. Love
strategy.
creative
Yeah.
assembly.
See if it pays off.
Okay.
Epic Game Store has secured another significant exclusive for its growing games marketplace. They are getting the Total War Saga Troy. So it's not a full Total War game, but it's one of the little Saga ones. But
I wouldn't call it little. It is a game unto itself.
yes, it is. Yeah, you're right, but it's not the size of like the other Total Wars. They started doing the sagas 2018. So it's not a mainline entry in the Total War series. The Saga brand debuted in 2018 with Britannia.
Yeah, Britannia, I don't remember it doing all that well. I mean, it was a good game, and it's just I meant to put out some videos on it, but I never got around to it. Troy is a time period that I'm far more interested in.
You watch that movie all the time, right?
Yeah.
You love Gladiator.
Hector!
Yeah.
Hector! I want to be, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it was peak Brad Pitt, in his prime with the abs, and every man should want to look like that. I want to look like that. I'll never look like that.
No, with that attitude.
I know you're trying hard, Joe,
I
but you're
am.
working out.
Yeah.
And then, Joe, can you perform the jumping slash?
Of course.
Gets a dude that's like 7 feet tall.
Easy. Alex and I will reenact.
You're gonna practice. Alex could be the big dude, and you will practice the jumping slash. Remember, it hits his
We'll
neck,
get you some milk crates to
and then
stand on
two
and
armies
jump
fight.
off.
I wonder if they'll have that in the Troy Total War game, where
Yeah.
two armies meet, and you just bring out your best guy, and if
won.
Brad Pitt wins, then you win. Everybody
You
goes
with the whole
home.
battle, yeah.
Well, no wonder they're giving it away for free on
Yeah.
Epic. No, I'm just kidding. It's the full battle. So yeah, but go ahead.
So you actually just mentioned what
Yeah.
the interesting part of the story is it's going to be exclusive on the Epic Game Store, but for the first 24 hours, you can just claim it on the Epic Game Store for free. So if you set your timer now,
Yes,
and if you
guys,
put in a
come on.
calendar entry that you want this game for free, just go to the Epic Game
and
Store.
if you forget,
That's what I've been
follow
doing
us.
a lot.
Follow us on Twitter. We will remind you.
Yeah.
Follow Angry Joe Show, because this is one of those where it's like you're going to be kicking yourself.
I'm going to be playing the game anyway. I might as well get it for free. So if you want to play this game, if you're not a Total War fanatic and you want to get into like a really interesting time period, check this one out when it becomes.
Now, Joe, why do you think they're doing this? Why are they giving away a brand new game, full game, exciting free on their platform.
Because you're going to just get used to using their platform. Yep.
It's
working on me.
Yeah,
I've been going
is.
to Epic Game Store every single
Exactly.
week to claim a free game.
Me
I got
too. That's
what do
I
we
use
got?
that one so much more than Steam now.
Yeah, I got Borderlands 2. Yeah, I mean, it's just because we're claiming all these free games. We're
Hey,
getting
that's
used to the
what you
platform.
do. That's
GTA.
how you make gamers happy. You remember back when we were like, they need to be adding more things. They need to be doing more things. You know, we were talking about summer sales and things like that on Steam. And we're like, when is Epic going to get something like that? Well, they've got something like that now. And if this continues, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Great.
but so I'm spending all my money still on Steam.
Are they
all my
winning
free
you
games
over?
are coming from Epic. So no, because the money's still going to Steam.
Yeah.
Like I buy all the games on Steam, but all the free stuff, other than Predator Hunting Grounds, which I was.
I
forced
wonder
on.
if that's what's happening in their numbers. They're like, yeah, we're doing great. Sir, our revenues
Yeah,
are
our
really
money's there's no
rising.
money.
Everyone's visiting our
Guys,
site.
let us know in the comments. Is Epic starting to win you over with these types of tactics, or are you still Steam?
Yes. And the last big story is the story, I mean, it's been dominating the news, whether it's gaming or not, is the reactions to the protests around the country, how
Yes.
gaming companies are
Yes.
reacting, how corporate America is reacting, all the tone-deaf garbage is coming in.
America.
Oh,
Wonderful.
yes.
They're people now. They're people.
Yes.
So, you know, their speech is free speech are protected. Unfortunately, some of the, at least when you're talking, I love, you know, seeing, you know, people, right, get involved and have their voices heard. But when you start to like have like these companies like sort of try to parrot some of this stuff,
care.
and it just fall right. It just feels
Sure
like that
you do.
South Park episode.
Uh-huh.
We're sorry, that kind of that thing, because I think the biggest one for me that I saw was Activision.
Yes.
And do you have the exact? Oh,
I
God
do.
Darn it! Read the exact fucking tweet, because I want to tell you what they're really saying. I'm gonna put it through. Y'all remember the bullshit translator?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna put it
There
through
is
the
no
bullshit.
place for racist content in our game. This is an effort we began with launch, and we need to do a better job. We're issuing thousands of daily bans of racist and hate-oriented names, but we know we have to do more, and we are adding additional resources to monitor and ID racist content, adding additional
I don't
in-game.
know what you're reading. I need you to read the tweet.
This is the tweet from Infinity Ward about
No,
specific-
not Infinity Ward. Read Activision's main tweet if you have that one.
I don't have it up. Do you,
Okay,
you have
I
up?
got it. I
Okay.
got it. So Activision Blizzard will show this, Joe, here. Today and always, we support all those who stand against racism and inequality. There is no place for it in our society or any society. Black Lives Matter. Except for in Hong Kong. Wait, no, that's not.
No, we don't mention them. We don't talk about them.
No, we don't talk about.
No,
we don't
no,
talk.
we
about
sell
Hong
we
Kong.
sell games in China. How dare you?
Oh, that must be a second tweet, because I saw another tweet that put, you know, that was so, it just seems so hypocritical, you know, that they would basically change everything and ban people and that talk about, you know, and they don't want anything to talk. This is not a place for politics, they say. You know, I think it was Bobby. Bobby.
Oh,
said
Bobby said that. Oh, great.
Bobby said that this is not a place for politics.
It's interfering with the money.
It's interfering with him counting his money.
Yeah.
But
Hey, none of that.
Yeah.
Silence.
Shh.
I can't hear myself.
But what is
count.
ridiculous about this is every game company put out, not every, well, let's say the majority of the big game companies put out these tone deaf, this is the formula. Black background, white text.
Right.
This is unacceptable. But we're going to forget about all the things that we allow in our game. The fact that there is no censorship of things. The fact that there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people running around using slurs nonstop. The hundreds of thousands of bots running through all of these different games. We get it in Team Fortress running around. There's thousands of these bots going around saying all of the most horrible things that you possibly can ruin in games. In Warzone right now, someone on Reddit found that there is like 600 people with the N-word either as their name or really easily searchable to find their name. It's these people, these companies do not care and have never cared, and that like racism is something that people have found, morally reprehensive forever. And it only is because there's protests going on right now that's like, we can jump on this real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
And all we have to do is delay our thing for a week. And if we delay our thing for a week, we'll get internet.
Well,
good
you
boy
know,
points.
there's a good one. We feel your pain. During these hard times, our company wants to assure you that we stand with you and have every intention of continuing to make a profit off your purchases.
Yeah.
We hereby guarantee to always do our best to publicly declare our support for whichever opinions will make you keep liking us, because all we care about is money, 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 signed money.
Money.
You know, okay, so obviously I think that, yes, they have a right to post in support of, you know, what's going on if they want to. But when the company itself has a history of, you know, in this particular example, banning, you know, people who talk about the Hong Kong protest,
Yes.
for the company to turn around and say, we will always support your right to protest,
Except for
and
when we don't.
stand against
Yeah.
the inequality. Oh, except for when we don't.
Yes.
That's when things start to feel disingenuous. So, you know, I'm very mixed when I see these, you know, corporations trying to.
Some of them, for sure.
Yeah.
There's some really good ones out there. Like there's, especially indie game developers, some of the smaller, like game platform, like the distribution platforms that have always, for the most part, have worked on doing these things, and some of them are actually doing real good. So, like itch.io is for $5 is giving away.
This is
they're
huge.
selling a huge amount of games,
Huge.
like
So another
700.
story here is that
740 DRM free games.
740 freaking games. I think what it is, they may have gone to each of these developers and said, hey, do you want to support? We're raising funds for battling inequality and racism. Would you like to be a part of it? You know how they run like humble bundles and Steam
Yes.
sales and stuff. So I think that's what's going on here, because I went through the list of 740 games. There's a ton of really good ones in there. Like there's ones that are like $20 on their own.
Yeah.
That you're gonna get for $5, and then you're gonna get 739 other
Games that are total probably worth at least
Yeah.
a penny. So
Yeah.
it's just like
So
Definitely worth
definitely go and pick this one up. Even I guarantee you, there's gonna be a game in there that
One,
you like.
at
So
least
I can-
one.
Yeah.
I can name a bunch of them in there that are going to be good. You know, so go check this one out. We want them to reach their goal. And when companies start to donate to worthy causes,
Yes.
then that's great. You
Yeah.
know, and when they actually put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, some of the large companies are doing that. Some of them are just posting images because they don't want to spend any money. And so if you
That costs money to make that image out.
yeah, tweets are free. Yeah, so I guess
Somebody had to make it.
no, they paid that artist with
Artist?
yeah,
What are you talking about?
You know, the person who made that tweet, they had to
Yeah.
they're just like, we'll give you exposure. We don't have to.
No.
All right. So, and the other thing that's happening with the Black Lives Matter protest is some things were getting pushed. So we know that the Warzone's new season got pushed. Cyberpunk originally got their reveal pushed. There's just a lot of other things and things that have gotten canceled. So like Blizzard pushed back the World of Warcraft release that was supposed to happen. So that'll come out. The preview will come out a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain things that happen in the country and, you know, in our real life that, you know, requires some
Take
delays.
precedent for sure.
Yeah. So, and this was one of them. So I don't fault them for doing that. I'm sure some of the companies are like, you know, we have some extra time to prepare or something
Yes.
like that, because some of the companies, I feel like they're rushing to get some of this stuff done. And you know, with everything that's been happening, 2020 is just a colossal barn fire.
Non-stop
Just
mess.
cancel
Non-stop,
everything. Just
yeah.
cancel 2020.
Yeah.
No, I need to make it through this year so that we can get to 2021.
Yes.
You can't cancel the entire
you
year,
can't
Joe,
sleep.
because you
Wake
cancel
up.
everybody within the
Yeah.
year. Anyways, so you know, June 11th.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's the next story.
Okay,
The next
next- go,
story
go.
is so last week on Thursday, last week and during the news, we were arguing who gets to cover the PlayStation event. We were worried,
Right, because I was going to be out of town.
yeah, and so that actually got pushed.
Yep.
It will be at June 11th at 3 p.m. our time, Central
Thursday.
Time.
Thursday.
Perfect.
So Thursday, June 11th,
Okay.
3 p.m.
We'll be
Be
there.
available. We will be there. We
We'll
will be
be there.
watching all of the high def
Provide
information
you content.
in 30 frames per second on 1080p.
No.
Okay,
because
so we'll do it on Twitch. We'll do a live one if we can. We get that all set up live, and then maybe we'll cut together a highlight reel and give you our impressions and throw that up on YouTube.
Now, the stream will be in 1080p at 30 frames per second. So all of the 4K and 60 FPS content that we're supposed to be oohing and ahhing over, we won't be able to fully appreciate most of it. PlayStation does promise that, look, we're gonna make it look amazing. It's gonna look
weird.
It's gonna look so amazing. It's like, but it's in 1080p.
Yeah,
and
they have the ability to do 60 frames per second, not
Yeah.
only on YouTube streaming, but on Twitch streaming. So if a lot of the stuff is direct feed, I would appreciate it if we could see it in its real form, but whatever.
Yeah, so PlayStation says this, so having it in the shitty view is going to be this ease the show's production process during a time when many of our team and developers are working from home. I don't believe
I don't know.
I think a company as large as that could easily put something
these
together.
companies they hire, either they actually have an in-house team where they pay salaries, or they'll hire a media company. And hey, these media companies need work right now. They'd be more than happy to make your stream 60 frames per second.
Yeah, and so the rumor mill is claiming that we are going to get gameplay. That's what PlayStation's been promising, but everyone is claiming that we probably aren't going to get a price. We probably aren't going to be getting any information out there that we really do want.
Come on.
But gameplay is important. But
June.
We're at
It's
the point
June
now.
already. When are we getting this shit? My prediction is we're gonna get this shit in July. That's when the shit is gonna go down. But to me, it's like, hey, E3 is canceled. Give us something around E3's time, which is right about now. So just do it now, because you weren't gonna do it now. But I think it's going to be in July. These are going to be some teasers.
Before or after the Xbox event.
Whet your appetite.
That's in July,
because the Xbox event's in July. And
Yeah.
the
That's what I'm saying. That's
rumors,
why my prediction is there. It's a very informed, intelligent prediction that Sony is playing coy. Whoa, you can't pin me down. Are you go first? You go first? Are you going to go? Am I going to go? Are you going to go? You going to go? Okay, now I'll go because you went.
Do you think the Xbox is going to reveal their price and
Yes.
Sony's going to be like, we're $10 cheaper?
Yeah.
I was going to say $1 cheaper.
$1 cheaper?
Throw it in your face.
No, they're not going to do cheaper. They're just going to match the price.
Yeah, so Sony, the PlayStation 5, according to the people who have seen the dev kits, and is apparently more expensive to manufacture.
Yeah, and they're taking a loss, period.
Yeah,
They're
they
taking
always are taking a loss.
Usually in the first several months, maybe even a year, and then they're hoping the attach rate on the games are going to be able to make them a profit on their first-party developers.
People paying for
So usually
Xbox
the way it
Live
works.
and
the accessories and shit. That's why your controllers are
$100.
$79 million.
Well, they're going to be
Need
more.
one.
They're going to be more now, right?
No, I hope not.
So unless you want to talk about anything else in this new show, I think that's all we got for this one. The next one is also jam-packed full of stuff, so make sure you check out our second video.
Thank you guys so much. So yes, this week's sponsor is clearly us. Click the links down below if you enjoy the show. Much more content coming to you next, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.